I'll go through some of these questions. I think it's important to answer as many of these questions as we can. So, okay, first and foremost, when you're for your location on the app, you don't need mobile data or Wi-Fi for it's GPS doesn't need Wi-Fi, so you're covered once the app is open and you're signed. So now, if you've no location for mobile data out in the field, obviously you can't. So I think um, you need to sign in somewhere before, maybe as you walk into the field or something like that, so that you have your so that you have it open at that point. If you take photos and you're offline, you can send them in when you come back into coverage. Um, no, more than one person can't log into AgriSnap at once. Um, I'm not sure. As sorry, that's Liam. Can more than one person log into AgriSnap at once? Say staff of an advisor using it to help with plans. No, was the answer to that, Liam. Obviously it's a single sign-on, so it should only be yourself, and you shouldn't. No one should be sharing passwords, just to be um, stating the obvious. You download the app from the either the App Store if you're Apple, or the Google Play Store if you're an Android phone. It's a free app. Um, it's we'll put up a how-to on the Glam website. It's quite straightforward. Everyone in the department had to do it when we started working offline. We that was the first. We couldn't interact with the department without the two-factor authentication. So once you, again, as I say, once you set it up once, it's done. Um, you don't have to type in the numbers, just to be clear as well. If you tap the code when it comes in, it'll automatically copy it for you, and then you just tap on the box to put it into and paste it in. We're hoping to streamline some of this as time goes on. Again, we're all suffering the pain here. This is the first implementation of this. I would prefer if we could have a simple confirm button, and that's what we're working towards. We just don't have that at the moment. Um, the one for Jerome and anyone else, do AgriSnap photos have to be submitted support application? I think they do. Do you have to take a geotag photo for each field? Yes. I think that the guide is one boundary, one infield, one margin. I think, Jerome, you can step in here if you want. I think it's part. I think
Okay.
it's in
Yes, Tom.
it's in the terms and
Yeah,
conditions.
yeah, Tom. That's correct. It'll be one photograph per field, and if there's a field margin put in, that will have to be photographed as well. And for each boundary that's been scored, so stone walls or hedgerows, we'll be covering this more in later presentations as well. Just while I have, I'll just clarify a couple of other questions as well on the water courses and drainage issues. This is the reason we have an override function of water course or drainage issues which are not showing up on the map, so they can be drawn in. And it's also possible to split parcels if you want to put half of a field of permanent pasture into REAP. That's fine if you reach the 10-hectare limit, but you must have a permanent boundary around the REAP field, so a permanent stake and wire fence. So just to clarify that. Thank you.
Okay. And again, no, you can download the Geo mobile app now. We'll let you know when AgriSnap is when the production version is in. It's with Apple and Google at the moment. We've used test versions up until now. Again, I'm sure there's people on this webinar that have helped us out using it in tests. There's a few steps that we have to go through with Apple are a bit more difficult than Google, but that we just have to, a few boxes we have to tick ourselves with them in order to get the production version out there. So we'll let you know as soon as it's there. Anything else? To go back to, someone asked a question about GLAM there, about can you print out a map? You can. I mean, there's a map print feature on if you go into GLAM for the client and you open a map, you should be able to print. I don't know. If I was you, I might put one thing in on maybe just select the parts that you think you might use and create the PDF at that point and go out with that for a guide, something like that. There's little workarounds you can do. Let's see any other questions. Again, the beauty of this app is someone is asking about we have in the past received photos in of genuine parcels, but the location data associated with the photo was somewhere else, somewhere on their way to that on their way to that field or whatever. The app will allow you to set your location before you take the photo, just to make sure that that you're in the right location. We don't need herd numbers, we don't need anything like that. But if you take those photos and send them in, we'll place them in the herd that they belong to, so that the location allows us to place it in a parcel, and we know who's claimed that parcel, so we'll know which application it relates to. Anything else? Sorry, Mairead, the app is not on the, I think I just answered that. It's not on the App Store or the Play Store yet, but it will be. Yes, your username and password, it's your agriculture login that you'll use. I think that's it. Jerome, can you think of any other? I think that we've answered all the questions there.
Yeah, that's fine, Tom. There are some other questions or technical questions will be covered through other presentations, so we'll cover them at that point.
Yeah, okay. The spec of the phone, I think most smartphones will be okay. If you can download the app, you can use it. I don't think, like, again, we're not looking for high resolution photos or anything like that. So of the testing we've done, Anthony, I think I'm right. I don't think there's been any issues as regards smartphones not being able to use the app. So
Yep.
okay. Updated. How up to date are the satellite maps visible on the clam system? Well, they're not so. They're the imagery on the is our best ortho that's on GLAM, so it's the same as you would use on BPS. That's constantly being updated when new imagery comes in. So it's the and again, this is part of the reason for mapping stuff, whatever, because sometimes the aerial imagery that we have can be out of date. So that you may come across something in a field that's not on the imagery. So again, if you could map that, that'd be great. That's it. The location, Declan, the location should be accurate once the app will. That's part of the if you like, what's going on in the background with the app is to set your position correctly. No, we're not using drone unless you can install that app on a drone, Mike. I don't think so. Again, I'm not sure about the metadata with a drone photo. But no, at this point in time, we won't be accepting drone photos. I think that's it. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of amming here, but I'm just trying to scroll through these questions to see which ones I can answer. No, staff, someone working with you, you can't share your password. You can't, like, the client farmer relationship is key to our security as well. So we can only allow the assigned advisor for that client to do that client's business. Okay, just to be clear on that. Okay, I think that's as much as I can cover at the moment. There is a GLAM help email. So as time goes on, if there's any questions or problems, you can email in using that, and we'll try and help you out. Again, we're all in pilot mode here, so I hope there won't be, but I expect there may be teething problems around the place, and it's a bit of a learning curve for everyone involved here. but we'll do our best to help everyone out. Thanks.